4:53 the time. Next.
An individual arrived at this scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
Donald Trump has said immigration and customs enforcement agents will leave Minneapolis after clashes broke out following the shooting of a protester. The US president, though, did not give a timeline for the withdrawal of federal officers. Simon Marks is LBC's Washington correspondent. Do you think the president realises he's got a problem here, Simon? Hi.
Hi, Tom. I think he knows he's got a problem, but there's no indication that we're going to see an imminent departure from Minneapolis. He said eventually the operation would come to an end, but certainly he is aware that there is a rising chorus of criticism from within his own Republican Party about the cold-blooded killing of Alex Pretti on Saturday, a man who posed absolutely no threat whatsoever to the Border Patrol agents who disarmed him of the pistol that he was legally carrying, but absolutely not brandishing at them or threatening them with, and then fired 10 shots at him. Now, as for Kristi Noem, who we just heard from, the Secretary of Homeland Security, who, let me remind everyone, is only lying every time her lips move, the White House says today that the president, astonishingly, retains full confidence in her, even though last night he was telling the Wall Street Journal that he wanted to make sure that the government was reviewing everything that had taken place in Minneapolis on Saturday, and he said, I don't like it, of the shooting that had taken place of Mr. Pretti on the streets on Saturday. We've heard today from the swaggering head of the Border Patrol, Greg Bovino, a man who was taken to Minneapolis in recent days wearing SS-style full-length leather overcoats. He disclosed to reporters today, utterly stunningly, that the Border Patrol agents who killed Alex Pretti on Saturday are still on the streets and still at work.
All agents that were involved in that scene are working, not in Minneapolis, but in other locations. That's for their safety. There's this thing called doxing, and the safety of our employees is very important to us. So we're going to keep those employees safe. As far as the number of shots, the number of agents involved, that, again, is going to come out in the investigation.
Now, the president has announced that he's sending the zealous immigration czar of his, Tom Homan, to Minneapolis. Some think that that might be an effort to try and introduce a more moderate element to the conversation, although Mr. Homan is no moderate, really. This is a man who's threatened to arrest California Governor Gavin Newsom and the mayor of Los Angeles over their concern about ICE and Border Patrol operations in their cities last year. Meanwhile, the Republican backlash is growing. Chris Madel has been seeking the Republican Party's nomination to be the next governor of Minnesota, except not anymore.
I support the originally stated goals of Immigration's and Customs Enforcement's Operation Metro Surge in locating and deporting the worst of the worst from our state. But Operation Metro Surge has expanded far beyond its stated focus on true public safety threats. United States citizens, particularly those of color, live in fear. United States citizens are carrying papers to prove their citizenship. That's wrong. ICE has authorized its agents to raid homes using a civil warrant that need only be signed by a Border Patrol agent. That's unconstitutional and it's wrong.
There is also growing concern from Republicans in governors' mansions all over the country and from Republicans on Capitol Hill. And Tom, what happened in Minneapolis on Saturday, the killing of Alex Pretti, is almost certainly going to bring about another government shutdown here on Friday night, because Democrats who were before Saturday poised to back spending bills that included full funding for ICE operations are now clearly no longer in a position where they politically can do that.
Another quiet week for you then, Simon, as you cover events from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much indeed for your time. An absolutely untenable situation continues in Minneapolis.